This is a scary one. Super scary. Much anxiety. This is the only unopened bottle of whiskey in my liquor cabinet. I don't sit on whiskey. Anyone who knows me knows that. Whiskey's for drinking. It's not for collecting. Drink it. This is the only one. This is the only one that I have never opened. Because it's like my one. It's like my one that I always get so excited for every year and never got a bottle and have a bottle now. And I'm a little afraid to open it. However, I just received these very fancy Norlan glasses for my birthday. And what better inaugural bourbon than this one? It's my one. So I'm gonna do kind of a two-part thing here. I'm gonna review the absolutely infamous WLW, and I'm gonna compare how it tasted in Glencairn as opposed to the Norlan glass to see, was this really worth it? It's nerve-wracking. Woo. Oh boy. Oh man. Dude. Okay. I'm gonna need you to just, you calm down, sir. Don't you worry about it. I don't know if you all, hold on. Oh man, you can barely see it, but it's like, the inside of this glass looks like fire. It looks like fire. My one complaint about this particular glass is the fact that it's a matte black finish. So the only issue with this glass, as of right now, because obviously this is my first time actually using it, is the fact that you cannot see the color of what you are drinking literally at all. However, for me, the only time I really super care about that is when I'm actually initially reviewing something. Beyond that, I really could care less what color it is. Well, there's definitely a difference. So this one smells more like peppery and oaky, whereas this one smells more fruity. I also get a lot less oak in the Norlan glass than I do in the Glencairn. I don't know that that's necessarily even like a good thing, but just based off of the aroma that I get from the Norlan glass as opposed to the Glencairn makes me feel like I'm gonna pick up more fruit notes out of a Norlan glass than I will out of the Glencairn. Ooh. I get a ton of vanilla. Oh my God, okay, I'm so fucking relieved. So, one of my biggest fears with opening this bottle, because of the fact that it is my one unopened bottle, is the pedestal that I have put it up on. And sometimes what happens when you do something like that and you finally taste that product, it ends up not living up to whatever expectations you thought you had. Maybe not even like in specific flavor profile, but just in, you've got it super hyped and it's like, it's gonna be this good, it's gonna be this good, and it's not. That didn't happen here. This is fucking delicious. Woo! It's incredibly sweet in a really big, creamy, vanilla, buttery way in the front. And then it just finishes with a lot of apple, which is weird because that wasn't the aroma that I was getting. I was getting more cherry. But yeah, it's like almost like apple pie in the finish. Out of the Glencairn. Yeah, out of the Norlan, it smells way fruitier. Okay. That is a wildly different experience. Wildly different. It's crazy to me because I don't feel like this should be affected, but maybe it's just in the way that the palate changes. The mouthfeel is bigger out of this glass than out of this one. Like, it almost feels more like thick and creamy, which I know sounds weird, but that's a thing. Also, this one's definitely more fruit forward, and in this one I'm getting a ton of cherry, which is so crazy. This is the same whiskey. They taste way, way different. But yeah, definitely more cherry in this one, and a ton of chocolate in the finish. It's wild. That is so wild to me. Okay, so this was a really interesting experiment, and I honestly want to just like go back and try all the whiskeys out of this glass and then out of this glass, because the difference really is that much. It is a huge difference. What's really interesting is the fact that out of the Norlan glass, this tastes more like warm. And that changes a lot about what I perceive in the actual palate itself. Like out of a Glencairn, it definitely, like, it's oaky, there's a lot of vanilla, but it's a completely different like fruit profile. Like I'm getting more like apple and spice and just like creamy butteriness, and you get that here too, but it's like a warmer version of that. So instead of like apples, I'm getting like baked cherries, and it's finishing chocolatey, like almost like a Black Forest cake kind of finish out of this glass. And then it's weird because it definitely, the finish out of the Norlan glass is more heat than there is out of the Glencairn. So wildly different experience, which is crazy coming from the exact same bottle of whiskey, and just how much the glass can change things. So that's really interesting. I'm really excited to do more side-by-sides with these two glasses. So experience with the glasses aside, let's just for a moment, let's just focus on this magnificent piece of work. Definitely in my mind, I had built this pedestal and put this specific whiskey on it, and that's so dangerous because of the fact that when you do something like that, then you taste it and it doesn't live up to that hype, it's just that much more disappointing. That did not happen today. This lived up to every expectation I had for it. I'm super excited that it is finally in my collection, and this might be the one. Like, this might be one of those ones that lasts me for a ridiculously long time, because it's going to take something special for me to open it. Like, I don't know, the impending end of the entire planet, because nobody's listening to anything that anyone with a brain in their head is saying. Tons of complexity, tons of warmth, big creamy body, super like buttery and vanilla and oak, and this baked cherry thing that I just cannot get over. Absolutely phenomenal. Really, really glad that that's the whiskey that I decided to break in my new Norlan glasses. And now I'm just going to go through and retry every whiskey I've ever had out of this glass just to see how different it is. And I cannot get over how pretty it looks in the glass. That alone might have made it worth purchasing this set. Just that.